If you tell me they go 3-1 their next 4 without knowing even who they beat, who they do, would I sign it? Yes, it's a success.
Yep.
But here's my question. Yesterday we had the conversation regarding Michigan and who you play is one thing and how you play is another. It's the same thing in the NFL to an extent. I want to know what the 3-1 qualifies them as. Are the Lions at the quarter pole right now one of the 10 best teams in football? Are they one of the 8 best teams in football? Or are they in the rarefied air of being a top 5 team? If you don't think they're top 5, top 8, top 10, what are they? What would they need to do to get there? If you do think they are, tell me what the driving force of it has been. Like, I know for me, it's established now. This is something we get to hang our hat on moving forward. You're not going to run the football in the Lions. You're not going to do it. And there'll always be an outlier. Something weird will happen, some outer space game. But generally speaking, we are going on a year and a half of you're not going to run the ball on us. And that, coupled with running the football, I think it makes you one of the top 5 teams in football, top 8 teams in football. They're for certain top 10.
Yeah.
Now, if I say Frisco and I say Dallas, or I say Frisco and Philly, okay, those are my NFL. Let's say Philly and San Francisco are the top 2 in the NFC. I've always told you you're the next team. There's the 3. All right, so then how many teams do I got to find in the AFC that are objectively better than you? Now, remember, if Buffalo came here this Sunday at Ford Field, I'd pick you to win.
Really?
I'm the same nutbag who picked you to win in Kansas City.
Dolphins?
That scares me. No, if Jerry Jacobs is out there, that scares me.
Now, here's the thing. I like where you're going with this because I feel the same way. I do think that they are the 3rd, and you could possibly make a case that they're the 2nd best team. The Eagles are 4-0, but the Eagles, kind of like the Chiefs, don't look the same. They're winning, but they're not. It doesn't feel like they're out there dominating their teams. Now, I guess the caveat to your ranking, Mike, is wouldn't you then have to put Seattle ahead of them? Because Seattle actually beat them.
It is why I am offering this to you.
But they're top 10.
Yeah. I think they're top 8. You think they're top 10? Let's have
some
fun.
No. I would put them top 7, top 8. Yeah, they're in there.
Okay. So let's get to it. 248-539-9797. I think they're a top 8 team in the NFL. And I can't put many teams above you that unequivocally you couldn't beat. I really just feel like it's okay to accept that while you're not towering above anybody, you're in a damn street fight. You're in the ring with these teams. You know, do I think if you had to go to San Francisco to play that you'd win? No, I don't. But if San Francisco came here, could I find a pathway? Yeah. I don't think they're unbeatable. I don't think San Francisco's impossible. I think it's a big task. The Eagles are the same thing. When you get to a point where the home field starts to dictate who you select, that means you're in the mix with those teams.
See, the Eagles, I think, are the Achilles heel, similar to the same reason why the Seattle team can do it, because you can stop the run, but a mobile QB can pick up those extra yards. So for the Eagles, you got Hurts and Swift back there. I don't think you can stop both. That's the only thing that bothers me. It's like, especially like when they go to play the Ravens and you got to go up against Lamar. That's the only thing that this defense can handle is containing that mobile QB on 3rd down. Now, that's a good one. I'm not talking Desmond Ridder. But I look at this, and there's not too many teams. You could even make a case that this is a top 5 team. You could, because they're winning on offense, but it's the defense that is so dominant, just not letting you get it. And they don't have their full complement of defensive players either. So you're slowly still getting guys back, so that defense can only get better. Yeah, they're top 8 loosely, but you could make a case that this is a top 5 team. And not just the NFC, I'm talking total NFL.
248-539-9797. David, quarter pole. Lions are 3-1. Top 10, top 8, top 5.
I think I can argue top 5. They already beat the Chiefs, so they're ahead of them in my mind. I do. Miami scares me as well, but I think they are better than Buffalo. They're not better than the 49ers. And with Rico, what you said about the Eagles, I get why you would say they're better than the Eagles. I think they're better than the Eagles, but the Achilles heel is what you think about with them.
Hurts, yeah.
And that may not, put them over the Eagles, but I think they're a top 5 team in the NFL now.
So where do you put Seattle then? Because you beat the Chiefs, and we're using that as a caveat. Well, you beat the Chiefs. Well, they beat you. So that means they're better than you?
That's a real good question. Oh, man, it's tough for me to say that the Seahawks are better, but they beat them. So I guess top 6 is what I'll say. Top 6.
Look, here's the other thing. You could play a team on a given day. And, I mean, you're not going to like how I say it. I mean, you can play a team on a given day, but you walk away with the belief you're still better, right? Mm-hmm. Ask Michigan fans. They'll go to their grave believing they were better than State in 21. Case in point. So the idea is if you play Seattle 10 times, do you think it'd be 5-5? Do you think it'd be 6-4? If you're close, I got no problem with you ranking. Look, you fumbled out of halftime. You threw the pick 6. You really gave the game away. I think you're better than Seattle. I think if you played them Sunday, you'd win. I'm comfortable saying that in this league, it'd be Eagles, Niners. If you wanted to say the Bills, if you wanted to say the Chiefs, even though you beat the Chiefs, I'm saying, there's not many teams I put just objectively above the Lions. I could make the case, and you're telling me it's BOGO. You're telling me they're going to win this weekend too.
Yeah.
I could make the case if you wanted to put the Lions at number 5 in the entire league, I'd be okay with it. I could make the case. I'm not going to go to my grave with that.
No, and you're the gambling guy, Mike. The league is telling you this is BOGO. I told you a while ago.
I know.
You're 10-point favorites.
9.5.
Carolina's coming in here. Bryce Young is looking all of a rookie quarterback.
Not great.
This thing should be over quickly and just dismantle it. Kind of like when Jacksonville came last year.
This is all about your professionalism. Come out, be professional, put a bullet in this team, and away you go. I agree.
That's what the upper tier teams do. You don't let them hang around, because when you do, then you're the Cowboys losing to the Cardinals. You had no business losing to them.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. In the National Football League, if I took Bills, Dolphins, Chiefs, Niners, Philly, that's 5 teams. The Lions are right there with those 5.
Yeah.
I could make a case you're team 5.
Well, the reason why I said 7 is because similar to how you said Michigan thought that they were the better team even though they lost, yeah. Seattle has beat you the exact same way almost for the last 2 years. So maybe you just know how to beat Detroit. And you've done both games here, not on the road. So there's really, what else do they have to do?
No, it's totally fair.
That's why I think 7. They're
like
right there.
You lost the game. You're right. I mean, last year your defense wasn't ready. You threw the pick 6. This year, I really feel you were the better team. That's okay. I mean, that's why the games are played. But I would love to know where people are at. We're at the quarter pole. I don't know anyone who doesn't think they're a top 10 team. I think some people would say top 8. I think optimistically, they're probably not quite there, but I could at least make the case without getting laughed out of a bar. They're number 5 in the league. 248-539-9797. We'll get your calls. Take care of some business. 97.1.